In the Republic of China, there is a strange train moving to the station. It is moving very slowly. It enters the station, but only stops after 1 hour. After getting in the station, the passengers do not get down. The people around the train smell something terrible. A group of staff arrives near the train. They haven't prepared for any situation. Suddenly, a lot of blood come out from the rusty train door. They cannot imagine the scene inside the train. Simultaneously, another train departs. All the passengers on this train don't know what happened in that train. The train passes by a landfill site. It is a huge landfill, and no one cleans it. There are many creatures moving everywhere. We could know what the social situation was like at that time. As the train is moving, the passengers start hearing something. Beside the sound of the train, there are other noises coming from the tubes over their heads. They are clearly coming from these tubes. These sounds do not stop echoing. A man can't stand it anymore. He uses a stick to poke the ceiling. He unfortunately creates a catastrophe. When he pushes the vent cap, the rats begin to fall. A countless number of rats is falling on the passengers like rain. A person is killed by them right away. The rats start to attack people and eat them like food. The carriage becomes extremely messy. The soldiers do not save people, they order others to flee. Therefore, all the people are running away. Some people don't want to leave their money, so they eventually die for it. After a short time, the carriage is full of rats and dead bodies. The last survivor escapes from the carriage. He just locks the door carefully. But, can this door stop these rats? He runs to the next carriage and warns people of the rats. He tells them that the rats are coming, and they have to run. However, the passengers don't believe him. Who has never seen some rats? The laziness and coldness make them senseless. Wei has no choice but leading his family to escape. Indeed, the rats have become an army, and they are coming to them. Those who laughed are now taken down by rats. They cannot even get up, they are plunged by a flood of rats. The rats are attacking not only on the ground, but also from the ventilation system. In this moment, no one can escape from them. In the narrow carriage, people are crazily running. They are screaming and stepping on each other to escape. A good man wants to close the door. He wants to save as many people as possible. But that man is not faster than the rats. The final person that he wants to save is taken down and eaten by the rats. He just shuts the door and keeps running forward. But he discovers that the door in front of him is locked by the bad people. They don't have any option, they have to open the ceiling to get out. Before they can get themselves up to the ceiling, the rats have broken the glass. The last person falls into a sea of rats. The other people are standing on the roof of the train and stepping forward. Behind them, there are all rats. When they are close to the first carriage, they see a soldier trying to cut them off. Fortunately, they finally jump on the first carriage. And they are alive. In the carriage, the lucky survivors have not calmed down. Some people start hitting and complaining the soldiers about their actions. The people are incredibly agitated. An official fires a gun and uses it to ease the situation. In this moment, a man falls down on the floor. They come to check him and find out many wounds on his hand and neck. Yang says it could be the infectious disease named Yersinia. This news makes the passengers more terrified. They carefully check themselves. Many people find wounds on their bodies. In the panic, Yang's father, Wei, shows up. He knows there is a specific drug for this infectious disease at the hospital in a nearby city. After that, the train enters the station. Wei leads a group of volunteers to find out the medicine. They arrive at a place and discover that it is currently hell. There is no human, only an awful stench. Everywhere is rubble. There are some people hanging themselves in a store. The scariest scene is a small alley full of piled up bodies. Where are the rats? Where are they? As soon as they arrive in front of the hospital, they see many rats hiding in the dark. There are thousands of them here. These animals see them, and they want to attack. But they stop in front of the light area. Finally, the lucky thing is that these mutant rats are afraid of the light. The people climb up to the house nearby. However, when they are climbing, the dark clouds come up. They really don't have any luck. Not afraid of the sunlight anymore, the rats start attacking. They have to jump down the stairs and begin running. The rats are chasing behind them. The people are rushing to escape. Arriving the hospital, the men try to open the door. But they cannot open it by pushing. Wei suddenly says, "This is a pulling door." They eventually get in the hospital, and stay away from the rats. The hospital is very dark, and the medicine is hidden in the shed. They are holding the torches and walking slowly. A scary thing is waiting for them here. The shed turns out to be the rat's nest. They are everywhere. However, Wei observes and finds that the rats are very small. They cannot attack anyone. Therefore, they can take this chance. Wei sneaks in and finds the specific medicine. After getting it, he rapidly goes back. But he makes a noise when he is coming back and attracts the rats. They hastily run out of the hospital. Outside, Wei's daughter is driving a car to pick them up. Among them, she is the only person that is able to drive. She drives very skillfully on a race against the rats. On the way, the car has hit many objects. The two men in the back get into each other because of Shake. At the end, they can escape that hell and get back to the station. Their joy of escaping has disappeared. In the station, there are many dead bodies and dead rats. There must be a tragedy here. Ching worriedly runs to the train. She thinks her brother and sister are all dead. However, the train door opens. And she sees them still alive. It's so lucky. There are also some survivors in the carriage. It is getting darker and darker. The rats will come back. Wei is holding the medicine and getting on the train. Suddenly, someone shows up, steals the suitcase and knocks him out. He turns out to be the official in the previous scene. His body is full of blood, he is crazy, he takes the medicine and runs away. The nice guy comes out and takes him down. After a long fight, he finally takes the suitcase back and throws it to Wei. The rats are coming. The official is holding a medicine container. He crawls to his dead son and says, "Son, we have the medicine." Afterwards, these two cruel people are plunged by the rats. In this time, Wei can get on the train with Cheng's help. They see the nice man chasing the train from behind. However, he cannot catch it because of his severe leg injury. Although there is no hope for him, he is still standing up. He is waiting for his death with bravery. Wei turns around and tells his daughter. Before, he used to advise his daughter that, never mind the ordinary men. But now, he tells her that, he is a good man. The medicine paid by thousands of lives has treated the infected people on the train. It is not long before the train suddenly stops. They look out the window and see that the rail is blocked by a broken carriage. Behind them, the rats are chasing. They seem to be able to devour the whole area. Now, all the people start to unite. Thieves, soldiers, farmers and nobles are uniting. They finally push the carriage out of the rail. There is a brigand sitting on the train. He has done a lot of bad things all his life. But now, he decides to sacrifice himself for morality. He ties a dynamite to his body, runs to the field and attracts the rats to attack him. Then he activates the dynamite. He wants to use his life to extend the time for others. They come back to the train. In the chaos, the train driver discovers that the track was not switched. The train will run into the deathly track. Finally, Wei goes to switch the rail. Inadvertently, when he leaves the switch after switching, the old rail that has not been repaired moves back to the same position. Wei has no choice but making the final decision. He uses his strength to switch until the train can get into the right rail. That's why he misses his chance to escape. While he is running to the train, the rats have come behind him. Cheng and Yang are heartbroken and screaming loudly. But they can only watch their father left behind. Wei is not crying, he is still running and saying his last words to his daughters. He tells Yang not to be too honest. Sometimes she needs to be a little selfish. He tells Chang not to be stubborn. Sometimes she needs to be a little tolerant. Then he stops running. He waves his hand and says goodbye to his daughters. People are always separated in peaceful time. They are always together in hard time. They hate each other when they are together. They regret when they lost someone. I hope we are not just a noble person at the last moment. I hope we can give love and receive love in every moment of our lives. That may be the only way that we could finally rest in peace.